Wow, can you believe that it's less than 20 days until Christmas Eve? So that got us at Geek Plus thinking, I wonder how our automated solutions are handling peak season 2023. So I decided to come to Austin, Texas, and I'm here at the ShopLC warehouse. Hey everybody, it's Sarah Gomez from Geek Plus, and with me I have Dave Laux. He is the Director of Logistics for ShopLC. So Dave, tell us all about your company, ShopLC.
Sure. We're a TV-based and e-commerce-based retailer of jewelry and lifestyle goods, beauty supplies, things like that. Primarily jewelry, but yeah, based here in Austin, Texas. And
so you have your very own cable television station, and you're on the air 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Is that right?
Correct. No pre-recordings.
Wow. And tell us a little bit more about the items you sell, like watches, earrings.
Sure. So yeah, jewelry makes up about 60 to 70% of our business. A lot of that we manufacture ourselves, but it can be rings, necklaces, watches, bangles, you name it.
Great. And you're an international company, is that right?
Yes, we have sister channels in the UK and in Germany, and then our manufacturing facilities throughout Asia.
Wow, really impressive.
Yeah.
So why did you decide to automate, and how is it going so far?
Sure, yeah, so ShopLC has been around for about 12 years when we made the decision to automate, and we were a completely paper-based system. So no automation, no WMS, it was paper invoice and employees walking up and down warehouse aisles. So as business grew, we needed to get the orders out the door faster, and so automation was the way to go.
So I understand you have our Shelf-to-Person P800 solution, and you started off in a confined area, but then quickly you grew out. How did that work?
Yeah, when we first installed Geek, we had about 370 racks and about 40,000 product locations. We actually have about 90,000 SKUs, so that wasn't enough. So last year we expanded, we added another workstation, we added about 40 racks, and we divided all of the racks into smaller locations. So we've gone from about 40,000 to about 105,000 locations.
And I heard that you are thinking about moving warehouses.
That's right. We purchased land just a little ways away from here. We're currently exploring building in that property or leasing another property. And yeah, the beauty there is with Geek, we can just throw these robots on a truck and drive them across town and unload them, and they go right back to work. So we wish all of our inventory was going to be that easy to move.
That's excellent. So tell us, how is peak season 2023 going for you so far?
It has been extremely busy, extremely busy. Our piece volume is up over 50% per day. The Geek percentage of that is up as well. So we're picking about 60% more out of Geek than we were 2 months ago. We were averaging about 13,000 pieces a day in non-peak season. Since peak season started, it's been about 23,000 pieces a day.
Wow, that's pretty exciting. So tell me, when business really gets booming and you're at your ultimate peak, is it easy to add a robot?
So the robots are always there. Our entire fleet of 70 robots are always out on the pick floor at all times. If we're only running a couple stations, the robots go rest, they go charge, they basically stay out of the way. As soon as we add another employee, as soon as we add another person to another workstation, those robots wake up and they go start doing the walking for the employee.
That's fantastic. Now, I also noticed that in this warehouse that you still have some traditional picking. Could you please explain why you continue to do traditional picking?
Yeah, the biggest part is the constraint of our building. If our building didn't have the walls that it has and it wasn't situated the way it was, we would just extend the Geek floor throughout, and everything would be in Geek. One of the advantages to moving to a new facility is we can double or triple the size of the robot field, and we don't have to do that manual picking. The only constraint for us in this facility was this was all the room we had to put a Geek system in.
Oh, I see. So if you could give any advice to retailers who have not automated yet, maybe serve as a mentor, what would you tell them?
I would say don't wait. The labor's not getting any cheaper, and the skill set needed to incorporate this into your system, the sooner you get started on that journey, the better off you'll be. Once you have a system like this in, you get immediate benefits, but it takes 6 months to figure out all the new ways that you can use it that maybe you hadn't thought of before you introduce the system.
Yeah, so you You employ what is called wave picking in the industry. Could you tell us, because you, at first when you started with automation from Geek Plus, you didn't employ this, but then later you learned how to do it. Could you explain to me more about what that entails?
Yeah, so traditionally, because we were a paper-based system, we picked every single order one at a time. That was the majority of the way the orders were picked. When Geek was set up, it was set up to do it the same way. But we sell, we have 90,000 SKUs. We only sell a couple thousand of those per day, and we sell some of those to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of customers. And sometimes those customers, that's the only piece they buy. So wave picking or batch picking is just a way of grouping those orders together. Today, if she's picking multiple orders for customers, they would have 17 orders on the wall that she would be picking. But with wave picking, she could be picking 320 orders at a time. So it has really boosted the productivity of those orders.
That's incredible. So one of the things that I really love about ShopLC and about being in the United States of America is the diversity of your workforce. I heard that there are many languages spoken on the warehouse floor. Could you tell me a little bit more about that and how people are able to use the WMS?
Yeah, so we have, last I counted, 13 languages spoken in our warehouse. So 13 different primary languages. So, and English is not even the most common language spoken. So, the great thing about Geek is everything is graphical. There's text there, there's writing there, but every single step is also a picture. It makes for the training curve to be really, really short. But that also helps in staffing up. If you have to bring in contract labor for a period of time, you can train them in a matter of minutes and they're immediately productive. Whereas a manual employee working out on the floor, they've got to learn where everything is. They have to learn where this zone ends and that zone begins. There's no walking. There's nothing really to learn. Everything's on screen for them. So.
Well, I heard that ShopLC is not only a thriving business, but also is a company that gives back to the world in helping to eradicate hunger. Now that we're in the holiday season, Dave, would you please tell us what is your mission here at ShopLC?
Yeah, so through our Your Purchase Feeds program, we donate one meal to school children in India and in the United States for every single piece that we sell. So when I mentioned earlier that we were selling 13,000, now 23,000 pieces a day, that's 23,000 meals that we're donating to school children around the world every single day. So every time one of these robots brings a piece to an employee, that's one meal that's getting donated.
That's fantastic. So when you shop at ShopLC, you not only buy a very nice ring or bracelet, you also give back to help to eradicate hunger. That's fantastic. Well, I think that's all the time we have, so we're going to go ahead and say goodbye. If you would like to learn more about our automated solutions, our shelf-to-person automated solutions, as you see behind me, you can go to www.geekplus.com. And if you would like to visit ShopLC, it's at shoplc.com. Wishing everyone a wonderful holiday season. I'm Sarah Gomez. Thanks for joining us.